Separate them together. These perspectives in view. I am me, I am you. Justice, fear, and fire. Separate them together. These perspectives in view. I am me, I am you. I am you. I am me, I am you. I am me, I am you.
Attention citizens. Please commence from T 1399. Proceed instantly to the center. Thank you. I am me, I am you. I am you. I am me, I am you.
Ah! Oh my god. So smash that like button and share the stream because the king has returned, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thursday things, my jesticles. We're here with the man. We've got him. We've got him in Discord. We trapped him. He's there. We got him by the ankles. He's not going anywhere.
Help me! Help me!
It's him. He's here.
Help me!
We have Puppet. We got him by the strings.
Ah! What by the strings? No, you don't.
So, well, it's better than having our hand up your arse. So, take your pick, I suppose. We're so excited to have you back in the community. So, just welcome. the wasteland of what we have left of a community. It's like some kind of nuclear holocaust went off, and we're now in the dystopia hellscape of gloving, what's left of gloving. But listen, it's fine. We're here. This is fine.
And I kind of wanted to add just to kind of talk about, isn't it crazy how like gloving started off so rich at its very beginning?
Right.
Like it started off with a boom, right? And then now we're like kind of like in this period we've never experienced before, like this drought, which I think is really interesting. It's so different.
It's so different, and I was talking about this last time. I think it's because the novelty of putting lights on your hands has worn off, because lights have gone on everything. Everybody has put everybody has put like look at my computer, for example, like LEDs everywhere. Like you put the LED RGBs on the car, you put the RGBs on the phone, you put the RGBs in the bathroom. Like nobody has that shock factor of, oh, he's got lights on his hands. What is that? If someone sees lights on your hands, it's just like, oh yeah, that's right. That seems about right.
Right. Or is it because they're all on TikTok now?
I mean, that's valid too. But like, I mean, we've got good examples like Vio, he corrected me today. Vio in the comments here has a very healthy following on TikTok. But the question is, like, how much of those people are actually engaged with gloving, and how many are just like, oh, I saw this cool thing on the internet once, so I'm going to hit follow on this guy. And like, that's not to discount. That's not to discount his following at all, because I'm 100% sure that's exactly what happened with my lightsabers on TikTok, particularly. Like, you know, you see something cool, you hit follow for a while, and eventually, you know, whether you're engaged or not, you're still following that type of thing. And it's just like, how do we measure the actual heartbeat of gloving? That's the question.
True, 100%. But I feel like any eyes are good eyes, right?
Yeah.
I feel like any eyes are good eyes. Like if you're gonna bring your gloves to like say like your high school, right? Like how many of those high school kids are actually gonna want a glove? Probably like one dude. Like everyone's gonna look at you weird, but like that one dude might be like, yo, that's super sick, and it like they get into it, change their life, right? But I think with TikTok or like say things like Instagram Reels, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, sure, majority of people are gonna like it, right? But majority of them are your friends. They're gonna like your posts no matter what. But like maybe that just that one new eye will inspire that one dude to look into gloves, and maybe it'll change their life too.
That's valid. That's of course all valid. It's just like gloving doesn't just hit that algorithm like it used to. And I think Vio said something about there being like flash filters built in so that seizured people don't get like, you know, triggered. But I don't know if that's the case, because I see flashy things go viral all the time. So it's like,
for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, I kind of wanted to like talk about like, dude, you're like doing this new savoring thing, man, and I think it's so interesting that you went from like this completely niche community to, in my opinion, a probably even more niche community, right? How many people are actually out there swinging sabers?
But I have a theory about that. I have a theory about that. Okay, so I think it's so funny because I thought the same thing. I'm just like, this is not gonna get me anywhere. This is not gonna do better than gloving because it's even more niche. However, when you see someone swinging a lightsaber, there's a billion people on the planet who know what a Jedi is.
100%.
Versus everybody having to ask what you're doing when you're you know, gloving, when you're flowing with your fingers, doing finger dances. So they have to ask. Versus they see a lightsaber like, oh, that's a fucking Jedi. So it's not more niche. It is more niche because who does contact sword? Nobody does contact sword, and particularly nobody does contact lightsaber. There's like 5 people. So. Like, it's even more niche than niche, but at the same time, how niche is Star Wars? It's not. Everybody knows Star Wars.
Right, and it's not, right. Well, the art form of it, to me, is, right, it still really is, and I feel like the amount of people that would, like, do something like that would be less than, like, say, like, a Glover, right? Because you have to have that physical You have to have that physical ability and that technical ability. The things that I'm seeing you do is so freaking amazing and so crazy, right? But the thing is also like you're probably your viewership and your follower exploded because of it, right?
Right.
Which to like all the Glovers is kind of like that's so cool, but it's also so sad at the fucking same time.
Bro, dude, tell me about it. The bittersweet. I've talked about this so many times. I've laughed about this so many times. I've spent 10 years trying to cultivate an audience for gloving, which I have a deep passion for in my heart of hearts. Because why wouldn't I? I wrote a book about it. Of course, I've got a passion about it.
You wrote the book.
But in a tenth of the time, I built a 100 times bigger audience than I ever did for gloving, and it's just like
that is,
bruh.
I can only be. I'm to be honest. I'm so happy for you, bro, and to just see it from like you know, I'm just watching from afar. It's a trip.
It is absolutely a trip.
And I'm sure, like you're like, I mean, you're on to something like, you might be like probably. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole community of it already.
Oh, sure.
But
there's a very small community of it seems like the Glover's Lounge in the early days, except with less toxicity. There's a very small group of people who are actually like trying to get better at doing like sword techniques with a lightsaber, and then there's a massive community of people who just like to build lightsabers like they like to build computers or cars.
Oh wow.
And then there is a tiny community of people who do contact flow. Like,
right, just the performance of it all, right? I mean, because like the skill set needed, I feel like just from an outside view, like you have to need to have such a crazy skill set that the not normal average person has, right? And I think to just watch you grow, bro, you were like pulling out freaking balls or cards out your freaking pants that one time at Hard to like see you be like this badass like guy who's like doing flips and shit or whatever, tumbling around with a lightsaber. Like to see that transition, dude, that's so much. I have so much respect for you, dude, and honestly, I'm so happy for you.
Well, I appreciate that so much, and it really just comes down to it's always been the mindset of let me take a trick, let me learn, let me break down the fundamentals of the trick, and let me learn how to execute that trick under any circumstances. And that's what I did with magic. That's what got me into gloving. That's what particularly got me into techniques, the specific techniques of gloving, learning things about gloving, not just putting on gloves and waving your hands around. And then when I got lightsabers, I was like, well, I know what to do now. I know how to practice. And knowing how to practice, knowing how to practice is way more important than actually the practice itself, because it gives you so many more steps ahead, which is why, of course, we're going to advocate for things like you got moves and having coaches and mentors and all that stuff, just to give you that idea of, you know, how you're supposed to set yourself up, how you're supposed to set up your time in order to maximize your gain out of that.
Right. And I have to ask you, like, how many of like the actual like lab thoughts do you have for like gloving nowadays, or are you like pretty much?
I'm thinking in sticks these days, honestly. My lab time has basically been reduced to these Thursday streams. I will never stop doing a gloving stream, because it has been such a big part of my life that I'm not just gonna give it up.
You're in a box.
I have you know the sunk cost fallacy. It's not a fallacy. I put too much time in. I can't quit now. I can't quit now. I've got too much invested. This is either gonna work or it's gonna sink me. No.
Dude, I mean, I feel you, man. When I pretty much retired, right? I could never stop. Right? I never stopped. I actually was like labbing, and I actually got better. Like I feel like with that break that I took,
it's
like,
so
I
interesting
got actually
with that.
better.
It's so interesting with that, because when you focus less about what other people, I mean, you were the glove to impress, or glove to express, not impress guy for so long. But it doesn't matter even if that's your mentality. When you're posting constantly, what you're doing is you're posting to basically get attention, build an audience, and use those tools. So eventually you will succumb to what people expect of you, what people want to see, and there's that just beast that you have to feed. And by not feeding it, you can break away from any preconceived expectations of what your gloving is. And I'm sure you've always been the most creative person with those inhibitions inhibited, so to speak. Yeah. So I think I'm sure that break did you good, and as Alex says in the comments, the launch demands your blood sacrifice. So we're glad you're back.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and it's honestly really, it feels really good to be back, because like from those that 2 years, like I was away, I was kind of suffering some like identity issues, bro. Like actually, because it could never escape me. You know what I mean? Like I could never escape me. I remember, and I've told this story to some of my friends, but like I remember I was like doing like photos for like this one client of ours at work, and she knew I did the gloving thing, and it was like a huge party, and she would always introduce me to everybody. She took like the microphone, she was like, guys, look, everybody, look, this is Kevin. He actually holds like the world record for gloving. And I was like, world record?
World record? Well, kinda.
I just told you that like I did gloving, and then like I was like on this like leaderboard or whatnot, right? And it was like pretty high up there. But she didn't know anything about it. But the fact that like she said that, like that was like the number one thing that she said. Like instead of like this is a photographer, this is a photographer, right? She just
the world record. I love that.
And I'm like,
fair.
Like, okay, this must mean something. Like I've created this brand with myself, right? And yeah, it kind of got me thinking. That maybe this is what's supposed to be there my whole life,
Bro, I said it before you took your little hiatus. I said, with all of the theories that I put of yours in my book, there is no doubt in my mind that there is a book on gloving in your brain. So we should figure out how to pull that out of your brain, and then there will be another book on gloving by two people who've been there, done that. I think that's an important thing, particularly for you, because you're one of the people who really do have a true brand of gloving, a true audience of gloving, and an enormous amount of respect from everyone in the community. But pause on that line of thought, because this box of Easy Lights, I'm gonna try to give away. If we get to 25 concurrents, right now we're flipping between 12 and 15. If we get to 25, I'm gonna give this away. So smash that like button, share the stream. We're gonna try to give away some glurves. Still can't hear Kevin. Oh no.
How about now? Check. I just changed the. I might have been on my webcam the entire time.
I think I
Am I low?
I think I fucked it up in the audience. Yeah, no, I fucked it up in the audio settings for sure. That's my bad. Fixed though.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no, I put on some music in the background, and I fucked it up because I was just like, they run off of the desktop track, and so you know. But,
why are you trying to censor me, man?
Your voice is too powerful. I have to stop it. I'm the villain. I'm the bad guy.
Dude, you're the bad guy all this time, man.
It was me. This whole time. The whole time.
What'd you do?
But we love to see it. We're glad you're back. We might as well get the important thing out of the way right away. It is up to you to determine what this means, but you are required to glove upside down.
Are you kidding me? Okay. Alright, got you.
See, I knew it! I knew he would be the smart one! That totally tracks. Instantly, without missing a beat, he went for the smart play. A lot of people go for the hard work. You went for the smart work. I like that about you. And you know what? That tracks with personality. That tracks completely. He didn't miss a beat. He just went for it. All right, let's show us your signature move while you're upside down.
Oh man, I have so many. Like which one?
Then run through it. Show us a whole light show of your signature moves. I don't give a shit. That's not your signature.
Well, now I got I go between What is your definition of my signature move?
When someone says, "Hey puppet, do the thing," what's the thing that you do?
Dude, I do a lot of things, bro. I don't know anymore.
Well, then do them.
That shit. Everybody does this shit, dude.
Well, that's it. Then yeah, you nailed it.
I did the thing, man. I did it, bro.
Alright, well, I'm very, very proud of you for literally not missing a beat and hitting the smartest way to answer the question.
I once gave a light show in. I was in college, and we had this lounge, and literally some of the people you may know, like Tweety was in there, the Seaway, he goes by Genghis Rat, was in there gloving, and they just all be gloving in the lounge at like 12 p.m. like at lunch, okay? And there was this one dude who wasn't quite all there, but I remember giving him a light show, right? And he's literally like getting into it like this. And he's literally trying to get it upside down.
He's trying to turn.
So like I was like, holy crap, man, this guy's not in his right state of mind. Like,
bro, he was. Is my OBS flipping out again? I hope not.
Is your OBS flipping out? Oh.
It seems like it's not causing problems on the stream, but it very well could.
Maybe it's just cutting in and out, but I mean, what else could you do, right? What else can you?
It flipped out twice, says Dave. Yeah, no, I don't know what the problem is. This has been doing this a couple of times these last few streams, but I'll have to look into it after this one because it has reoccurred. But yeah, man, are you? You're starting off some new meetups and stuff now that you're back, yeah.
I'm not necessarily. Well, I was about to, and then Mr. Freckles, he's part of LB on Hawaii. He started one. I was like, oh hell yeah! Like, okay, I don't gotta coordinate now. But yeah, he's gonna be hosting some stuff actually this weekend. So yeah, I'm just glad that because it's been a while since we had a sesh. So I'm just glad that our community, there's still parts of it like running. But yeah, I kind of want to do this video where I interview people of our community and talk about like what the status is about how gloving has changed people's lives, because it might do something, it might get older heads to come out, and it might like show people out there that like, because Hawaii was once like the Mecca, right? It was once such a popular state of so much glovers that at least 20 people or something 15 to 20 people every session, but now it's like half.
It was like Mordor. It was like this force that was like brewing in the distance that everyone had to just like watch out for, because if you didn't keep it in check, then they would spill over into the states and murder everyone with your fucking technical light up fingers.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, man. So I'm just trying to think of like a resurgence plan, or just trying to, stop the bleeding, right?
I love that. So I was literally gonna ask, so are we gonna see some more content since there's gonna be meetups?
Yeah.
What's the deal? What's gonna happen with your content? I was gonna ask where you're gonna be posting, but I saw your YouTube got a new video, so that's cool. Go watch his video. Go like his video on YouTube. YouTube is the best place for gloving to be because it pays the best, but also I think that it's the hardest place for gloving to be because it is the hardest place to get traction these days. That being 100%. Said, where there's a will, there's a way, and I think that other social media platforms have a hand in that as well. Are you planning to do anything on TikTok, or are you just gonna try to focus your efforts?
Yeah, dude, I actually made TikTok recently. I only got 3 posts on. I'm trying to ride that TikTok train, man. Like I'm just trying to see. Everyone told me to make a TikTok, so I did it.
He has been corrupted. He has been brought into the fold. Well, go add me on TikTok. I'll follow you back, and then I'll repost your shit.
Dude, it's so like it's actually, to me, there's like a level of fun there that I never really had like back in the day, because it's like, okay, like me, right? I would take literally, man.
Here's the thing about TikTok. The thing about TikTok is you got to treat it like it's Vine or like it's Snapchat, and not try to like post like big long light shows or performances or shit, because like that shit's mostly gonna flop. That's my experience. However, if you make shit that makes people laugh, if you make shit that grabs people's attention right away and then shows them something quickly, that's what works on TikTok.
Yeah, and I've definitely noticed that. Well, the thing is, for me in the past, right, it would take me literally a bunch of days just to put one video out, and I get very analytical of myself. I think it's kind of detrimental to my health. But I mean, at least on TikTok, I don't have to do the full show, so it's like,
yeah,
that seems way more fun, like to me right now. If I'm gonna post something on social media and gain from, like, at least there's that. It doesn't got to be a full 3-minute show with so much thought into it, right? Or
and that's
whatever.
That is exactly the beauty of TikTok, is like that's like, even if you do all of that work, for the most part, that kind of stuff is not gonna be what does well anyways. Like, you really gotta game people's short attention span and figure out how to like bring them the message without like staying for too long. Right. And if people want the long show, they'll go to your YouTube. They will.
Right. Which is actually also interesting, because the video that the one that was shown in the intro, it actually popped off the most on Instagram. So I'm like, okay, what the hell then?
But that's interesting. That's not surprising to me, because the way Instagram is working, they're really pushing Reels to be like TikTok. But since they still have the infrastructure to try kind of mimic YouTube, like they'll still let those posts go. And since you haven't been seen since fucking the Jurassic era, pre-apocalyptic times, everybody was like, "What, puppet?" Click, slapping their credit card on the table.
Stupid. Yeah, maybe. I guess so. Yeah, no, my shorter form content though hasn't popped up as much as that one. So it's like, okay, so I have to change something. Something needs to change. It's a game, man. It's another game.
It's definitely it's a matter of location. It's just literally like real estate. Where are you posting? Where you're posting, it affects what you're posting. So if you're on TikTok, you got to do short, sweet things. Mm-hmm. You got to hit those trends, make jokes based on the culture, particularly relating it to the rave scene, because that's what's going to have the most relation to our niche, probably. Mm-hmm. But there's other aspects to it, of course. But then when you want to do that long form stuff, post it on Instagram TV or post it on YouTube, and that audience, your audience, is still gonna find you.
Yeah, I haven't even done like YouTube Shorts yet. Have you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got.
How is it?
Honestly, I literally just repost all of my content.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
All of my shorts that I make, all the short form content that I make outside of an app, and then I post it to Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok at the same time almost. And obviously Instagram and TikTok have done the best, but YouTube, I've got almost a million views on short form content versus the 100,000 views that I've got over the course of 10 years on YouTube long form content. It's just like, yeah, they definitely
YouTube short form.
they definitely are pushing the short form stuff. So
okay.
Dave says being analytical is great, quality over TikTok. I agree with that. Here's the problem: you can't just like not do both. So what the real answer is do your long form content and then figure out how to make bites out of, make short form out of that. Because
that's a really good idea.
That's exactly how you're going to be able to, first of all, not go crazy making all different kinds of content, but also be able to draw more people into the long form content, because if they get interested enough to watch through the short form enough, they'll look for you. Like I said, if your audience sees you doing the thing quickly, if your audience sees you doing the thing quickly, they're gonna look for you. If they're looking for that content elsewhere, they're gonna look for you. So here's a question.
Okay.
Since you've been back, or maybe since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. Okay. Techniques have you been working on that you can show the class?
Everything.
Anything new? Anything new?
Everything, bro.
Oh, come on.
New.
Everything new? Not everything new. Not everything is new. That can't be possible. Is it possible to learn this power?
I've been, what I believe, working on what I think is the future.
The future! Oh,
I think it's the future. And I don't know how old it is.
That's a bold claim.
I just watched a couple videos and I noticed some of these dudes, they're out of this world, bro.
Who are we talking about?
They're like doing shit like year 4000 or something.
Year 4000.
They're doing they're like doing things that people don't like because it's too advanced, it's too fast.
Okay.
But like people do like.
Okay.
People do like it.
Okay.
Like I like it.
Okay, I'm hyped up.
Maybe they might not be able to do it, dude.
You had me already, and now you're just playing with me. Now you're just teasing me. What?
Dude,
who?
know.
What is it?
Like, dude, you already know, bro.
Is it clusters?
No, what are you talking about, bro?
I was gonna say, come on, that's old. That's old news.
Old, dude.
That's old news.
Shit. What year did cluster start in?
My first cluster video that popped off that actually coined the term clusters was in 2017. Yeah. Fun fact, I made that video on Musical.ly, which became TikTok.
Ah, interesting. Okay, well, fun fact, like the grand champion, I don't even think he used clusters. Isn't that crazy? G3?
Yeah, no. What's absolutely gnarly is the fact that clusters were really originated by Physic. And we just didn't name them until I got all creative and wanted clout and did it myself. True story.
Oh, so you stole the story of the cluster?
The actual timeline is in the book if you guys want to be technical, but it was basically clusters were really, really complex dial patterns and shapes.
Okay.
Until basically Pilgrim and Pinky and Ash and Cushman at IGC, I think it was 2016. It was either 2016 or 2017. I think 2016 because there wasn't a 2017, right?
No, yeah, it had 16.
It had to be, yeah, it had to have been 2016. So, they were doing some 4-point like following connect the dot shit, and I was like, that's really cool, and started playing around with it. And then this was just hive mind of exchange of ideas. You know how things go. And then all of a sudden someone showed me this. It was the Heater brothers showed me this position, and they were going from this position to this position somehow. And I was like, well, that's really interesting. What if you extended it all the way out? And we sat for a weekend trying to figure out how to extend it all the way out. And at that point I was like, 9-point grid point isolation microgrid, like that's too much to fucking say. I'm calling it a cluster. And ever since then, it's been called clusters.
Dude, that's so interesting because I remember in 2016, I did this friendly trade with Vex. This is like literally, I think in the beginning. He literally did this one move. Well, I forgot what it was, but he was doing some connection and he literally just went something like this. Like he went into this diagonal and it was like the weirdest freaking thing ever. Like it was like I haven't seen someone just do something like that. Such a simple diagonal movement, and I got like obsessed with it after. I was like, yo, what if you made that into like an entire style? And then like I just lived in it for like 6 months. People calling me out, you know, like It's not supposed. It's supposed to be straight or whatnot, but
Nah,
I loved
man.
it, man.
Nah,
Like
man,
it was like
diagonals.
different.
It's like that's supposed to be straight, but what if it is
It's
straight?
supposed to be
Just like crooked.
Like a little bit to the side, man. But yeah, I mean, to originally answer your question, I've been working on them digit scales.
Digit scales.
I've
Digit
been
scales are
working on them
important.
scales, man. I want to be a dragon. I'll be a little koi fish. I'm like a little koi fish right now.
Hit me with your best scales.
Dude, I
Show
don't.
me what you got.
Dude, what do you mean hit you? Like,
Come on, show me your scales.
I mean, like, I can only do some shit like that, bro. Or like, you know, like you connect them and shit. But like, see, the thing is,
Can you
what I'm trying to
Can
do-
you do the actual scale or not? Can you do your ABCDs?
like all of these,
Yeah.
like all of this shit.
Yeah.
No, I can't, dude. Like, okay, my arm, my
you
fingers,
just did it.
like, no, but with my right hand, I can't.
Okay.
With my right hand, I can't, dude, because I don't got that pinky. You know what I mean? So it's like I lose access to like literally a bazillion combos or concepts. So it's like I'm trying to take that concept, but like put it into like my platforms and like all the shit, because I feel like it's
Sure.
very complementary to
Oh, yeah, no,
like,
absolutely.
like
Once
shit,
you-
like shit like the depth shit and to combine it. Then I just felt like it was like one of the concept that really was what I was looking for, like before I started getting into like depth, because honestly like coming up with like this like perception juggling shit, it was kind of like my cop out to like keep the combo going, to like keep the tech ongoing,
I
but
love
like
how
like
he
in the
says,
style, right?
Pause. I love how he says that that was his cop out, when that is basically what he's known for, and everyone loves that about his style. Yeah, that's
Well-
a cop out, my guy, for sure.
Well-
Like, anyways, continue.
no, but the thing, dude, the cop out turned into this thing, right? I was like, holy shit, like, okay, I'm just gonna work on that then, and then like I just feel like just seeing the skills is just so complimentary. Like, yeah, shout outs to people like Pilgrim or like RJ, because I remember just seeing their shows. Like one day I was like, holy shit, like, I mean, I know they've been doing like new shit all the time, but like to see it, like the what do you say,
adding the capacity to move through the grid,
to move it right
to move
The
to
potential.
isolate
Right,
each
right,
axis, and then also
Right.
add things like pass-throughs and just general
Mhm.
connectivity throughout the
Mhm.
grid with both hands. Just turns those hand positions, these digit scales, into absolutely puzzle boxes of fingers
Exactly,
moving through space.
right.
It looks like the fucking Tesseract unfolding and refolding in front of you.
Like, okay, like the thing about it, it was like, okay, like let's kind of jump back to like 2019 or 2018 or some shit, right? Okay, like if I were to think about like what the future of gloving was, I think implementing digit scales to whatever tech you have, that was it. Like that was it, right?
Mhm.
So like now I'm in this mind frame where it's like, okay, now that we have that, like what does like the future technology look like 5 years down the line, right? But it's like, dude, we're still getting there. Like it hasn't been all done yet, because I feel like, number one, it's just such a hard concept. Like not everybody can do it anyway. Like, because my
that
fingers.
is absolutely one of my favorite things about gloving, that I always thought of at the very beginning. It was just like, there's just no chance that everybody's going to be able to do everything. But now, sitting 10 years into this, I'm like, what could possibly be new? And that's what's so interesting, is there will be something that comes out that surprises the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. Like, just well, from when I first like saw people like RG do it, right? I was like, yo, like, there's so much potential in that style, but I feel like I also have tools to kind of like upgrade it my own, right? Because I can't. There's no way I could copy people like RG, simply because he has like super straight like fingers, right? Like my fingers actually bend. Like I don't have the same bend that he has. So it's like, okay, there's no way that I could have the amount of precision or the straight lines that he has. So like I kind of have to just make it my own, and that's kind of where I've been. Is to kind of just discover what I can do with it. But I mean, I've been kind of addicted, and I feel like it just opens so much doors. And there's a lot to gain putting yourself like, okay, it took me 3 months just to get used to it. Like just to get used to the like my muscles bending in those ways. Cause dude, like if you really think about it, 90% of glovers, they're really only doing things like with the pinky up or like with the pointer up only, right? They've never done forms where it's like this, like you know what I mean?
All right, hear me out though. Put your pointer finger up and the rest of your fingers out like a normal finger tut.
Okay.
Now with your ring finger, put it down. Now stretch your thumb out and your pinky out as far as possible.
That's what you do.
That's
you
the pluster! Yeah.
Dude.
I love this thing so much because you can go in either direction to close it and open it, and there's just so much you can do with that. Like, okay, take your idea for how you're gonna apply scales. And just add this in. Just add this. The closing.
Fucking fingers hurt,
the closing and the opening between those two things, those two positions, and add those in. Because think about it. If you've got a pluster completely all the way open, you can isolate either. You can rotate down to meet it. If you isolate at the bottom, you can rotate up to meet it, all while isolating the middle part of your hand. There's so much you can do.
Dude, I got so confused with what you said, man. Like, dude, I'm still trying to do the freaking pluster, man. It's so hard, bro. Dude, you know the thing about you, Josh? You do the shit so much more different. I tried to do your freaking I don't want to freaking do it, man. Like, I don't. What do? You do like this shit? Like, what the fuck?
Ground column. I call it.
Dude, yeah, like for me, it just feels like it doesn't resonate.
My fingers, like they see it. There's like my fingers are like monkey see, monkey do, but like at the same time, I can execute to a certain degree, but there's just like the disconnect between what I want to do and what I can do and what I really want to do. There's this minor disconnect, and that is where that's where I like see, and people like you and fucking Puppet, or you are Puppet, sorry, you and Outlaw and Vex, like 3 people who are just like, do.
Well, I mean, see, like that thought is what I have though. Like your thought, like I have that thought.
It's wild.
It's like I think it really just comes down to like movement, right? Because like I feel like everyone learns the tech, and there's a point where like, okay, you get really good in the tech, but you're not really focusing on like the movement. Like if you're moving in this like the speed control when you're doing your connections, because I feel like that a lot of that hasn't been really like. No one really talks about that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They talk about how to do the concept, okay, like, okay, how are we gonna put these points together and stuff like that? But then like the fashion in how you do it, that's not really something that like you can really talk about, because everyone is so different. I think that's what separates. It's like someone like me or like Vex, right? It's like because Vex has that. He's like confident. His speed is like just fast and accurate, right? Because it gives off the illusion
that
he's
on top of the sauce.
Yeah, the Parmesan
that you just don't get unless you ask for.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and some of us like Vex, he told him to go get another block. Okay, listen.
That's so fucking funny. It's true. But I mean, yeah, man, like movement or like speed control, like the concepts in those realms, no one talks about them, man. Like the weight of speed, the inertia of speed control, like the illusion of difference, the physics. Yeah, the physics. And like to explain it in a way that's super technical, like people aren't there yet. right? They're still learning how to do the clusters. They're still learning how to do the segments.
It's so interesting that you say that, because gloving is still so very new as far as like a as far as like a community really goes. Like if you look at skateboarding's timeline, we're kind of really on a similar course with how things worked out for them. So there's still hope. We could be the Tony Hawks of gloving. But the point I'm trying to make here is, really, there was so long that even in the skateboard world, people didn't know what the fuck they were doing until people who figured it out by trial and error came together and put it together and gave the newer generations something to look at, something tangible to look at for reference. And I think so hard that most of our generation of glovers have dropped the ball in doing that.
Dude, gloving is a kid thing, bro. Like,
it really is.
We gotta like market more to like kids, and then because it's like a
how
thing
do
like
we reach these kids?
You know, like Beyblades? We have to do like Beyblades, dude. You know how like they're like kid champions, who do Beyblades, like but like for gloving. You know what I mean? Like, how do we get Beyblades into the schools, but gloving? Dude, we gotta hit up the Beyblade community and be like, yo, how did you build that like infrastructure for like 10-year-old champions?
We gotta get commercials on fucking Cartoon Network. That's how they did it.
Dude, I see it, dude. That's a serious.
Okay. Hear me out. Vio literally just said what I was thinking as I was saying. We just need a hit TV series. Me and someone who I won't out right now, we're talking about how we can create some kind of show for TV based on like a shonen style hero arc for gloving. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That is how we reach these kids. Like that is what we need. And just get some top tier talent to do some motion capture for it, and then just, you know, art overlay with the AI.
That sounds like so much more. Like Code Lyoko, like Code Lyoko gloving. I can see that. I can see that. Can you see it?
Bro, no, listen. I've been saying that the next step for gloving really is motion tracking, motion motion capture and motion trap. Yeah, because if like the motion capture cameras get good enough, then gloves won't be an issue, and then they'll really have a true definition of what the hands can do, and then at that point there's really not really a limit to what finger stylists could be able to do professionally, because we'll be able to do a lot more for the media that is looking for that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's my belief. That's my belief. I believe that we are in a very big dip in the gloving market, but we should buy the dip.
Dude, that's why I'm here, man. The dip is right now.
I'm glad.
I was like, yo, this is an opportunity, man. We're at the dip. Time to buy.
Time to buy.
Except if okay, I don't even. No, I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say that. But I mean,
be careful. You don't want to get canceled you can't get canceled before you're famous. You gotta wait until you're famous and then get canceled. Listen, there's a whole strategy to this. All right.
Oh my. Okay. All right. You're in VR gloving. Okay. What's your avatar?
If I'm in VR gloving, if I had to like, man, it depends on how extensively. If it was like Ready Player One style VR, like I'm in the Oasis, I could do whatever I want. I would probably have like some kind of hyper cool Iron Man suit that had a built-in keyblade. That's probably what I would do if I'm just being honest.
You wouldn't be yourself. You wouldn't like pay somebody to make yourself. You would just be something where it's like
maybe I would be like have a person underneath it, but like nah, I'd definitely be rolling around in an Iron Man suit with a blade of some kind, probably a keyblade or a lightsaber. Maybe both. I don't know.
Oh, dude, you could be a lightsaber giving glove shows. Dude.
Yeah. That'd be cool. See, like, I want there to be a way that I can just like implant my fingers with lights. Let's do that. Let's get to that point. Because that
They're
could
not
also...
on like fingers yet, are they?
What?
Do you know? Because I don't even know where to look to see like updates on that kind of stuff. Like finger, like the tracking of the finger, or like, can you just only move like arms?
I played with a set of Rococo motion tracking gloves for like 3 months, a year or so ago, and you couldn't track past your elbow unless you bought the super expensive whole body suit, and at that point it was just like not cost effective to record.
What are we talking, like $5,000, 10
like
grand?
10 grand for the whole setup.
Damn.
And it's just like that's not effective. That is not.
Yeah.
It needs to be a camera setup that anyone can buy that can just like scan you and know based on. Or the thing that I thought would be cool would just be simply chips, 3-dimensional space, like much like just gloves kind of happen, right? Like the lights kind of happen, but the chips read where it's been in a 3x3x3 3D preconceived, like, you know, you set your hands forward, you'd calibrate them, and then wherever you move, it knows how far you've moved.
Right. It would be like a wireless thing, or like with the wires, and like it would be wireless, right? Like, I
would want it to be wireless, but I don't know, man. I don't know how technology works.
Yeah, me neither.
It's all fucking magic to me.
Following along, I was having trouble following along what you were saying.
Bro, it's all magic to me. How's this shit work? It's fucking. You're telling me you trapped lightning in a fucking rock that you carved, and now that rock that you carved is showing me the picture of someone who's 4,000 miles across the. No, man, it's magic.
Dude, yeah, VR. It'll probably be for like my grandkids, you know.
Yeah, no, we're a few years out before that technology is in people's houses as a household item. But I do see it as being video game related enough that it becomes, you know, standard tech, like on the PlayStation 72.
If we just get lost, like, do you still get lost in labs or what?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes my ADHD.
Are you still creating?
Creating is such a loose word. Well, yeah, I am, but only with sticks.
Right.
Right now, I feel like I'm just kind of more or less maintaining, because the most amount of gloving time that I do is on Thursdays. Even the last few festivals I went to, I didn't really do too much gloving. Particularly infrasound, I did one light show, I think, for Chelsea, and that was it. And otherwise I did stick spinning. My creative brain is thinking in sticks right now, but my fingers don't stop moving. I would be lying if I said I stopped gloving, because it's just not physically possible. It's not physically possible.
Had that helped you? Like, at least, like, are there things that you can take from that and implement them in gloving?
Absolutely. Circles are the main trick, the easiest trick, the first trick that people learn, and the only trick a lot of people learn is called the Obi Annie. You're familiar with Star Wars, yes? You've seen the movies?
No. When I was a kid.
Bro, I'm gonna have to no, I'm just kidding. So there's a scene in the third movie, right, where Anakin Skywalker, Annie, fights his mentor Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
And in that scene, you'll have to look this up. In that scene, they both stop fighting and they just fucking spin at each other. They both do figure eights around their body. It looks literally like this. It literally looks like this. I've got sticks here handy. I made these sticks out of Epoi, by the way, so here you go. They literally stop what they're doing and do this move right here until they clash. And because of that, the move has been effectively named, the trick has been affectionately named the Obie Annie, right? Well, that move is effectively a whip.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I can see that. Oh. I was looking at the stream, so I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh,
You're like,
did it freeze?
No, no. You like skipped. I thought this whole time you were freaking like out. Like I was like in the zone. Like I was just focusing on the video and the explanation. But okay, sick, man. Like maybe I should get into that shit.
I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Get yourself a stick to spin right away. All the flow dancing is fun, but I decided I also wanted to learn how to hit somebody.
How much does one of those one of the 6 cost?
The lightsabers that I spin primarily are customs by saberflux.com. They cost about $350 each. He's got a couple of different models though, and there's definitely this guy just doesn't want to cooperate. Can you?
Damn.
This
350? Sure.
Yeah,
okay,
us Glovers are fucking spoiled with cheap toys, dude. I swear.
I mean, what the highest price of gloves was like what 200?
Yep. And these gloves that I've been trying to give away all night, but we haven't made it to 25 viewers, are basically $30 gloves. It's like, seriously, we really don't have an expensive hobby if we look at it.
Wait, Josh. Okay, I heard this from somebody. Okay.
Uh huh.
Do you have 40 sets of easy lights? Tell me the truth, man.
No, but like, I like that rumor. I've had boxes of easy lights at one time. Like right now, the only pair of gloves that I'll buy from Amazing are easy lights. So I like that rumor. That's hilarious. Who told you this?
Dude, I'll tell you after. Okay, wait, dude. Funny fucking story. Okay, funny story. So I went into my college email last week, and then my college email was linked to like the sponsorship affiliate program, and then turned out I fucking didn't use a bunch of codes. I was like over it at the point, and I completely forgot about them. Okay, now guess what, dude? I went to the Amazing site the other day, and Evo, what is the one? Chromas? Evo Chromas, right?
Right.
They're like $30. They're like half off.
50, yeah, so you know what I did? You bought a ton of them?
So you know what I bought
a fucking box. Buy all of Amazing.
I just buy them, dude. I was like, no.
Yo, that's my face. You got a box of my face.
I got fucking... Dude, I got all of you, dog.
Oh my god, like, that's so funny. That's so funny.
What it's like to be a sponsor. I was like craving it. I was like, yo, I wish I remember what it felt like to be
so
an Amazing.
Funny.
And I bought 5, bro.
Alright, so here's the question. Here's the real question. Did you double dip? Did you use your own code when you went in and used those codes? Cause you can! No one's gonna stop you!
Shut up, dude! You're not supposed to say that. Dude.
Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? Skittles? Skittles isn't gonna stop you. Who's gonna stop you, Brian? Brian's not gonna fucking call me on the phone and stop you. Are you kidding me? No.
Don't tell everybody. Oh no. But no, I didn't. I completely forgot about. That.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So I just have. You know what the shitty thing is? I have all these Evo Chromas, right?
Right.
But you know what? The site doesn't even have 12
batteries for them.
So I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Oh my god. That's funny. Yeah, no, they're sold out everywhere. GG's, no re.
That's so crazy.
Skill issue.
Yeah, that's why I like rocking the easy lights. They're so simple. Yeah, they're
listen,
like.
Listen. I love the fact that we ended up on the box for whatever generation. Cool. The lights inside our boxes suck ass. I am 100% okay saying it.
Dude,
They're bad. They're dim. They're dim. They're not good cases. Nobody likes them. The batteries are always dead. Fuck.
Okay, Okay, see. You're on one shitty product, okay?
Right.
I'm on two.
Why? What's the other one?
I'm on the.
No. You can rest easy. The e-charges are very, very, very loved in their community. Everyone who bought e-charges
Really?
loves e-charges. Yeah.
Dude, okay.
Talk
Alright.
to Dave. Dave's in the comments. He swears by the e-charges. In fact, the e-charges inspired
alright.
the niche love of e-charges inspired the Vortex community. So don't worry. You're out here. You're out here.
So
You're out
saying
here.
that my face made a baby?
Bro,
Dude, fuck yeah.
your face didn't just. Let me see if I have him handy. Your face didn't just make a baby. Look at these. Look at these shit. This is the prototype.
I can't see it, man. You're like, I can't see it.
You gotta look at the stream. You gotta look at the stream. But this is the prototype. This is an e-charge that JJ, you know the man, the one, the only, soldered 2 bulbs to each fucking pad. So this is an e-charge set that has 2 bulbs soldered. There's 10 bulbs per hand, which inspired the whole Vortex double bulb, double diode idea. So your product was groundbreaking, believe it or not.
That's amazing. I mean, you see, I automatically assumed that it wasn't like as popular because I never see them. Like I never usually see shows posted. I mean, I'll see like once a year.
Listen, they are niche. There's no question. They're a niche thing. But anyone who got them for a reason, and they were like that chef's kiss. The problem I heard with e-charges is that they didn't release like a streamlined like an optimized version. They should have optimized the product and made a better version and sold that, but yeah.
Okay. Hey, I have a question. Yeah, so does the Spectra app just not work anymore?
Oh, bro, Emazing is dead, don't you know? Emazing.
Wait, what?
Emazing does not exist except for their storefront and their existing products. If they sold out of their products, I would 100% believe that they would shut down their website and just move all the rest of their shit to into the AM.
Yeah.
They haven't been posting on Instagram. I straight up asked them if they had any plans to do anything, and they're like, "No, for now we're gonna maintain."
Wait, when you say them, who's them?
I emailed an Amanda, who I believe is their current. Yeah. I believe Amanda handled iHeart Raves, which basically Emazing is so dead now that it's a side project for iHeart Raves. That's effectively what it feels like at this point. And it's like, it still is not, it doesn't make them money. I don't think that they care at all what happens with the brand. I really don't. Which is tragic, but ultimately it's opportunity, because then it gives us freedom. Yeah, freedom. More or less. So.
Right. Freedom seems kind of nice, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice if I did have a little bit, like, because I want to do a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of want to, like, I miss that, having that kind of cushion, or like that support to kind of do shit. I do, because everything else is just going to come.
Honestly, it was something that Glovers relied too heavy on, and without it we all felt like we couldn't build anything. And I feel like if we would have just built our own thing and been streamers and content creators and all of this independent of Emazing, and then just took Emazing's money to sponsor a video here or there like they fucking do on YouTube, that would have been a healthier environment for gloving. And we could have like owned VidCon at every year, and realistically that just didn't happen because of, I don't know, reasons. I don't know what to say. Did we do the thing yet, Josh? Yes, Snaps, he already gloved upside down. I asked him to glove upside down. He instantly turned his phone upside down, or his camera upside down, without missing a beat. He did the smart thing immediately.
Come on now. But yeah, now we're in this apocalypse. Now we're in this
Yep.
apocalypse.
Now
man.
we are in the worst gloving timeline. The worst one where gloving still exists anyways.
Right.
But maybe not. Maybe we're in the calm before the storm, darkest before the dawn type of thing. I don't know,
That'd be
man.
crazy.
I am not a fucking futurist. I don't know things.
That would be nuts. Like if there was just this complete flip from now.
Mhm.
Oh man, that's
It'd be nice.
Yeah, I gotta wake up.
I'd love for that to happen. That's why I want to keep doing, gloving streams and certain amount of gloving content. But at the same time, like building a gloving audience is exhausting, particularly after something else blows up for you. When you see the work it takes to blow up for gloving, and then the work it takes to blow up for something else, for light up sticks, for example, it's just like demoralizing a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, so like, yeah, man, I feel like, so like, I read in the comments like, yeah, dude, like Joseph says like the tutting community doesn't rely on any company. So like the same thing goes for kind of like Smash, like for like esports, because Nintendo was like, yo, fuck Smash. And like literally like the whole Smash community, like they have, it's somewhat thriving. It kind of went through some shit recently, but like, still like Melee and things like Ultimate, like they're still going all from the community, and it has such a loving community, and it's popping, right? Like people make that their lives even till this very day. So
and it's just like, how do you get new blood in a community where the popularizer of that community no longer has a teat for that community to suckle on? That's the question.
Right.
That's the golden question, isn't it?
It is.
Well, shit. That's a very pertinent question that we could probably leave on. We've been talking for over an hour at this point. I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it a night?
I think we gotta call it, man. I do have some things happening, but it's been a pleasure to just reconnect with you, man.
Absolutely.
Like this is the very first time we talked in like literally years,
It's been years. I think the last thing I said to you was ironically something I said to you earlier tonight, which is write a book. So.
Like, yeah, man, once again, like, thank you so much. It's fun to be on here. It's fun to talk gloving. I've been talking gloving literally like the whole week. I feel like, I'm letting it all out now, right? So it's like, it's very just fun to be part of the community again.
He came back with a vengeance, and we love to see that. Hell yeah. Next, we'll get you on again. Next time we'll get you on. Maybe we can get you to finger wiggle live for us. That'd be cool.
Okay.
You did you did the thing upside down, which obviously we appreciate that. That's important. Yeah, just keep us updated with your content as well. You're back with a vengeance, so we want to see what you make, and anytime you got something new for us, feel free to let me know. We'll have you on.
Right on, brother. Thank you. All right, peace out, brother.
Bless.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. Have a good one, team.
Well, that was the boy, the man, the poopet. We appreciate his time. I appreciate your guys' time. Before we go, for the last few minutes, I want to show off my sticks. I made some sticks. So I took Epoi that I got for free, and then I took them out of the poi pods, right? And then I took some lightsaber blades and cut them open so that I could slide those in there. And then I taped those to some sticks. And now I've got myself some Cali fucking poi sticks that I can wave around. I'm really excited about it. And I can use this for my cosplay, my Nightwing cosplay. And it'll be cool because now I have a flow toy for my cosplay. Anyways, I was just excited about that. Stay tuned for a stick live stream. There will be a stick live stream soon. I keep saying it's going to be on Monday, and then Monday night rolls around and I forget because Monday is just exhausting day. So maybe I'll try to figure out a better day to do it, a better night to do it. But you know how things go. I appreciate all you showing up, even if you were late, Snaps. Even if you were late, I don't care. You know, you can better late than never. Thank you all for being here for Kevin. I appreciate that. Be here next week, same time. 7 p.m. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your grandma. Smash the like button, and remember, it is better to be weird than boring.